Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to show you how exactly I use the CSS within my strategy to catch early reversals. So the CSS, or the candle structure shift, which is basically a break of structure within the candles, so we don't wait for that classic high or low to get broken in order to take an entry. Technically it is the same, because this low right here is actually a 3-candle formation in the lower time frames, but break of structure within the candles, so we don't need to wait for a low to get broken, for a structural low to get broken. This is a very important factor in my strategy, right? My strategy, the sweep, which is basically price sweeping a high in case of a bearish example inside some kind of a point of interest. Now I received thousands and thousands of questions how exactly I use the CSS. So the CSS has different variation. So the CSS doesn't always look the same. It has multiple variations, right? But I'm going to show you how I use them with a lot of chart examples. Now, before we start, this is how I personally use it. This is what works for me based on my backtesting and also from my live trading, right? So this is what I'm consistent with, right? I don't need you to tell me that I'm doing it wrong. I have an edge, a statistical edge, and I'm simply showing you how I determine the CSS, right? So if you use it in a different way, good for you. If it is working for you, then that's fantastic. Let's get started. First of all, I have this formation right here. A CSS is basically, or a break of structure within the candles, is basically following the highs and the lows of the candles based on the logic or the concept of open, high, low, and close. So basically, every candle, it has an open. For example, here in this bullish candle, opened here, put in this low, and then expanded to put in the high, and then close here. So we're only going to work with highs and lows of the candles, not bodies. So if you follow the wicks, the highs, right? We started from here. We put in this high, and then we follow the wick. Do we go to this high or this high or this low? Of course, here, because price opened right here, put in this low first, and then put in this high. Now here, price put in this low and close below this low right here with body closure. So now this is a CSS. If we drag this here, we can see that we have a break of structure happened here. Now, I don't always use it like this. Again, this is from my backtesting and from collecting examples and testing it live trading, right? So now we basically take this, and remember that this line right here represents a sweep on liquidity, and I only look for wicks above the high right here. I don't want to see body closures. If this happened, this is not valid for me, and I don't even bother to look for the break of structure or the CSS because it is not valid. So I need to see this. Now this becomes the CSS, and I will take my entry from here like this. All right, so this is one variation. Okay, another variation can be like this. So notice the wick here and the wick here and the wick with this candle also. So this wick is higher than this. Now here I will take this low to this high right here. So this candle opened here, put in this low, and then started trading higher, put in this high, and then trading to the downside. So this black candle opened here, put in this high, right? So we don't go from this wick to this body. No, we go from this wick to this wick. So this whole move, we draw the line from the low here to the high right here, and then the break of structure happened here. So this would become my zone to enter, right? Now there is other variation, and I'm not gonna go through all of them and draw them here because I'm too lazy for that. Instead, I'm gonna go through multiple examples and show you how it works. Now focus, pay attention to how I use them in my live trading. So this is my Twitter account. If you have any questions, my DM is always open, and It might take some time to reply to you, right? But I will definitely reply to you. So let's start with the first, and this is from today's price action, right? First example. So sweep right here. And where is the candle that causes sweep, right? So this is, I forgot to tell you, I always say that I use the candle that caused the sweep. In most cases, the logic will apply to it. So where is the candle that causes sweep? Right here. It will be this one, right? And the logic also apply to it, right? So this is also the CSS. Now here, where is the candle that causes sweep? It will be this one right here. But I'm not gonna take this right here. I'm gonna take this, right? Here, what is the candle that causes sweep? This is the same example, this one right here, okay? So let's go back. Here, what is the candle that causes sweep? It would be this one right here, right? This one right here. Now, the break of structure happened with this candle with body closure, right? So I take this range from this high to this low, and once price return back to it, I'm going to take my entry. So as you can see, price return exactly at that high right here, and then it traded to the upside. Suppose that this black candle in the middle between this green and this black candle, it was the one that causes sweep. So I'm going to take this candle line now, okay? Let's see another example. We have this low right here. Price swept it with this candle, so here I'm going to take this candle, the one responsible for the sweep. The break of structure happened here. I'm going to take my entry once price return back to it. And as you can see, price returned back to it, and then it traded to the upside. Now, here if we follow, let me zoom in for a bit. Here, if we follow the highs and the lows, we might see some inconsistencies. So we have this, let's start from here. We have this high, right? It was the one that put in this low, and then to this high, and then to this low, right? And then to this high, right? We don't go to this low right here. We go to this high, right? So there is absolutely no need to go to this low. Just follow the highs and the lows, and then price traded to the downside. Now, the break of structure, technically, it will happen here, right? So I need to wait for this. But no, I don't use it like this. In this case, I'm going to take the candle that causes sweep, which is this one. So for me, this is the break of structure. Now, in this case, this candle broke this and also this, right? But there is some instances where this high right here, pay attention. Let me remove some of these drawings. So technically, this is the CSS and the break of structure, but sometimes this high is going to be way up here. So we need to wait for all of this to get broken in order to take my entry, right? It doesn't happen all the time, so this is a rare occasion, right? Sometimes it's just here, maybe, I know, here. But a lot of times, if I wait for this to get broken, I miss my entry, and I could have get a really early entry by just working with the sweep candle, right? Again, this is from my own backtesting. Let's go for another example. So this is from backtesting session. So notice this high right here, price is swept it here with this green candle. So this is the sweep candle, right? And also it is consistent with the CSS, right? And it also consistent with the market structure, right? Following the highs and the lows. The break happened with this black candle, price returned back to it, taking my entry from the 30% right here, right? And your stop loss always above it with +1 tick, right? Sometimes price will go all the way to here, 100% mitigation, and then reverses. Let's go through another example, another beautiful example. Some will see that this is not the break of structure. It didn't happen right here. Why? Because in order for this low to be valid, we need body closure above this high right here. So this body needs to close above this in order for this low to be validated, and it was the one responsible for creating a new high. No, I don't use it like this. From my own backtesting, I take aggressive entries. I don't need body closure above this right here. And if I use it by the book, it would be this low. I need this low to get broken, or no, it would be this one, this low right here, because it was the one that put in a new high. So this is not valid. So as you can see, in this case, I would need to wait for this low to get broken in order to take an entry. But when I use the sweep candle and I didn't need a body closure right here, I took a really early entry, and for your information, price traded all the way to here and took this low and kept trading to the downside, right? So I caught an early reversal. Let's go with another example. In this case, where is the sweep candle, which would be this black candle right here. We wait for it to break with body closures. It happened here, taking my entry here, stop loss here, and then price traded to the upside, right? Now, what if this green candle, it was the one that wicked below this? So the wick right here, it was below this wick right here. So I'm going to take this green candle and I'm going to wait for it to break. But since the wick right here is, or the last low belongs to this black candle, I'm going to wait for this to get broken. Let's go to one more example. Here, where is the candle responsible for the sweep? It would be this one. I wait for the break of structure. So this is not valid for me. You see this wicks right here? Not valid. I need a break of structure. Price returned back, did another sweep right here, and then traded to the upside. Another example, and this is similar to this. All right, see that price, see this wicks right here? Price didn't close with body closure above this, right? If we go here, as you can see, it is the same. Technically, this is still the valid low, or maybe this one, but because this low didn't create a new high with body closure, but working with this sweep candle, it get me a better entry, right? As you can see here, the price didn't really close below this with body closure, so I made a mistake right here. I didn't see it clearly, but this is on the 15-second time frame. On the 5-second, I had an identical formation, and price did close below the candle that caused the sweep, so my setup is still valid. It was validated from the 5-second time frame, although I'm trading on the 15-second, right? I did a video about that, on how to catch very early reversals using the refinement of the time frames. Let's go through one more example. As you can see, the price, this is the one responsible for the sweep. I entered from here, exiting from here. If we follow now the highs and the lows like I told you, so price from here traded to the downside all the way to this low, right? Because price opened with this green candle, opened here, put in this low first, so this is not the high. So basically this right here is the high, but as you can see, if I waited for this to get broken, I'm gonna miss all of this. But when working with this sweep candle, I get a very early entry. Okay, so another one, pretty much all the same, right? Let's go on to another one. Same, this is the one responsible for the sweep, so I wait for it to get broken. It will get broken here. Price returned back into it and then traded to the upside. Alright, this is from backtesting environment. Here's the sweep with this candle. I wait for it to get broken, price returned back into it, and then taking my entries. Another one, right? A break of structure, returned back, and then traded to the upside. Alright, so I showed you a lot of examples, so I don't expect you to ask me this again, okay? This is all I know about the CSS and how I use it, alright? Now, if you have questions, leave them on the comment section or DM me in my Twitter account, and I will reply to you as soon as I can. Now, happy trading. and good luck.